I mean, pizza prints money. I mean, a pizza is like 70% profit. What killed us early on was that, after Portnoy came, most of our sales were cheesesteaks. I mean, it's the longest pizza line.
Oh shit, you're still here?
We'll stretch here, and then Ray will dress him here. It's a 5-guy operation.
Is this something that if you had to do over, you wouldn't do again?
Well, I'm never doing it again. Never doing it again.
We are in St. Petersburg, Florida, visiting Violet Stone Pizzeria, a Philadelphia-style pizza shop that serves great pizza and great cheesesteaks. I saw this place online, messaged Dan. I said, you know what? I want to come in. We should do a video. He said, let's do it. So we're here today showcasing Violet Stone, showing you around how he got started as a tiny pop-up, working by himself, why he expanded, what he would and wouldn't do in the future, and showing you all the pizza and cheesesteaks that they make as well. So this is a great episode of the Pizzeria Insider. Let's get right into it.
It's been really great. Like, the community down here has been amazing. I mean, it definitely helps everybody's from up north down here, at least it feels like. I mean, it's crazy. I literally run into people I went to high school with. Like, I'm from Philadelphia, like, Northeast Philly. I run into people from my high school, like,
in Tampa?
Once a week.
Wow.
No, in here. Like, I've had people come here, eat here, and then don't even realize I own it.
It's easy to see why you came down here.
Oh, it's beautiful. I can't even believe it. Like, I mean, you're 10 minutes from the beach any given day. We live like right off the bay. It's beautiful. Like, I mean, I can walk here. Like, it's crazy. I love this. Like, when we started as a food truck. Like, I'd like to sit here and say, like, this is the plan all along. Like, this was not the plan all along. I worked in tech. I was really fortunate in my 20s. Like, I worked at a tech startup, like, 21 years old.
Did you have any pizza experience before?
None.
So you literally just started?
None. I was making them in the neighborhood. I'd say I'd started in like 2021. I was making them in the neighborhood during COVID, like uni stuff, things like that.
Right.
And, but nothing like crazy. It wasn't this like started during COVID thing. Like I said, like, we kind of did just like, I threw myself into a corner. I was like, I got to figure this thing out. I wanted to do it. I always, being a kid, like, always wanted to do a restaurant, but,
If you had to describe your pizza shop, like, what would you say it is?
It's a family style pizzeria. Beer and wine. It's got some Philly frills in it. Like, we wanted to kind of make it look like an old school deli too, with all of the artwork and things like that. We brought in a lot of Philly brands like hers, Philly Water Ice, got the Fanatic on the wall, all of that. We knew when we opened this, we came from just purely takeout.
Yep.
So and that's where the money is. Like, the money's in takeout. We're still doing like 70% of our business is takeout every single day. We are very, very heavy traffic, like, especially on the weekends. It gets crazy in here. We try to pump out about 100 pies an hour. So it gets, and the same amount in cheesesteaks too. So
holy shit.
Yeah, so we keep it moving like that. So it is a lot.
100 pizzas an hour is a lot.
Yeah.
How many pizzas do you sell on a Friday?
Yeah, so on a Friday we'll do 5 batches. That's like 500. Yeah,
holy shnikes.
Yeah. So it gets crazy. I mean, like I said, like, we've been very lucky. Like, we have not had a down month in like a year and a half at this point.
Is that because of you think it's because of what you're doing? Obviously it's because of what you're doing, but let me rephrase that so I don't look like an idiot.
No.
Like, your pizza's probably great.
There's a lot of luck involved. There's a lot of luck.
But
it's a lot of luck.
Is it because you're doing something different pizza-wise down here?
I think, I mean, getting well done pie, just to be very honest, like, getting a well done pizza, like, irregardless of how you feel about it, like, if getting a well-done pizza down here is very hard to get. So we kind of tinkered our recipes and everything like that to literally make a well-done pie. That's what it's meant for.
Why did you do well done? Do you like that pizza?
That's what I just grew up with. Yeah, I just grew up with
it.
So
back in Philly,
back in Philly, like, Tacanelli's is my spot. A lot of the new age spots, like Badia, Angelo's, like, and they do a great thing, but, like, they weren't around when I was growing up. Like, Tacanelli's was awesome. That was the spot.
So that was your style.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, even every spot you go to, that's what you would ask for. Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Usually everything was fried hard. Like, that's fries well done, wings well done. Like, everything was always just well done. So much of this comes down to being able to, like, actually know how to run a business. Like, that's really what it is. Like, there's some incredible, like, restaurant owners that are amazing cooks, and they know how to make a great product. But running a business is totally separate from that. So,
agreed.
You have to be able to do both. It's not just one way or the other. I mean, you can't just learn how to run a business because then you're cutting quarters every single second you can just to save on food costs. So, like, it is a healthy balance. But at the end of the day, like, if you're not profitable, like, I tell these guys all the time, like, we teach them how to, like, look at everything through a profitable lens, because if I stop making money, then, like, everybody loses their job. Like, my responsibility at the end of the day is, like, to keep them employed. Like, I hire them on. I don't do seasonality. Like, I don't do any of that stuff. I mean, some of them do it naturally on their own, but I don't do that. So, like, when we hire people on, we're like, hey, we're committed to you. Like, this is, this is what we're looking to do with you. We offer them opportunities, like, for growth inside the company. At the end of the day, like, if we're not running a profitable business, then we're done. Like, that's it. We all go home. So, and that can't be an option. So, you do have to learn how to balance those two things out. So that's why I always say, like, takeout is king. Like, this is all nice and it looks nice and everything like that, and people enjoy it. But if I gotta be honest too, like, the customers on takeout are way better as well. I mean, people, once you put tables and chairs in and people start dining in, a class of people comes in that aren't that fun to deal with.
Expectations are way higher.
100%. We figured out right away, we wanted to do a full dine-in experience. Like, I went crazy with the dining room.
I know you got a big dining room here.
Yeah. I mean, it's a solid spot. Spent way too much money on building out this tiny little bar because the wall wasn't here, so we had to, like, cut into it.
You built all this out?
We had to build all this. Like, this was just concrete. This was nothing. So it costed way more than, what it should really for its size. And it's nice. Like, they did an incredible job with it.
So is this something that if you had to do over, you wouldn't do again?
Oof, I mean, it'd be nice to have the money back.
Right? Like, if you could just do takeout and
But then also, like, who knows, like, how much business, like, we opened about 6 months ago. They typically say it's like you open up first 3 months is like really crazy busy, and then you kind of teeter off and find your level.
Right.
I mean, we just had a record month last month. So, like,
that's good.
This month will probably be as well. Like I said, we're at about a year and a half straight of record months. So I'm assuming this is definitely going to have something to do with it. Like, we don't do nothing in dine-in, and scale helps with all of this. But, like, when we started, it was like, open 4 days a week, 5 hours. Not here.
Okay.
The old spot. But, open 4 days a week, open 5 hours a day, because it was just me.
Right.
So it's like, to only be open 20 hours, I was working 100 to be open 20. And, that's how I looked at it. I was like, I'm prepping 5 hours for every 1 hour we're open. It was mayhem. You're doing especially because we're full scratch kitchen. Like, we make our sausage. Like, everything is us. So, like, I'm not buying anything out of a bag with the exception of pepperoni and just throwing it, in a pin.
You guys are open from pretty much 1 a.m. till
I mean, they get done here at like 11 at night. On the weekends, there's no reason to have a door. There's no reason to have a door on the weekend.
Crazy.
Yeah. So now at scale, like, we have like 45 employees, something like that around here. In this one location, and it's great because we can do more. So, like, we've been able to add more things to the menu, and just be more accessible to everybody. Like, that's what it is. So, like, I thought I was doing the cool guy thing to be like, nah, screw Uber, screw Slice, like, do all that stuff like that. And look, I have employees literally because of those things now. Like, if I were to turn those things off, I'd have to fire people.
Yeah.
Like, that's the reality of the situation. We have dine-in and takeout expos, right? So, like, there's no reason to have and the one girl takeout is literally just doing basically third party essentially on a Friday night. And that would be her job. It'd be gone. Yeah, it would be gone. And that to me is like why I do this. And it was miserable being like, when it was just me by myself, it was horrible. And I don't know if I had it in me to like do that for many, many years. Like, I really didn't think so. I thought when I started this, I was like, I'm done having employees. I don't want to do this anymore. Yada, yada, yada. And then I got that reality and I was like, I'm so happy that we were blessed enough to keep growing.
Sometimes you need that. You need that, like you said, reality check to make you realize how good it is to have other people around.
100%.
Can we take a look around inside?
Yeah, man, let's do it.
All right, hold on.
So, this is basically a takeout room. So this was a vegan cafe.
Okay.
This was a vegan cafe. Yeah, it closed. Obviously, it's a vegan cafe. And then this was a cigar lounge.
How much did it cost you to build all this out?
The whole build out was about $400 grand.
Seems to be the price that most pizza shops take though.
Well, I'm never doing it again. Never doing it
What are you
again.
gonna do, buy a second gen spot?
Second gen. Yeah, it's so much easier. But yeah, we're looking at second gen Tampa right now. We just signed a spot in Tampa. I can't give out the address yet, but yeah, it's an active restaurant.
Similar footprint to this one?
Actually bigger, yeah, because we're gonna move our baking over there. So we're gonna do our entire baking operation, a lot of our prep there. You'll see it when we walk in, like, this kitchen gets very, very tight, very, very quickly.
So is the kitchen built for 500 pizzas?
No, you'll see the Blodgetts. The Blodgetts aren't fun to crank out that much volume.
Your bread comes out of that too?
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit.
Yep.
Did you make your dough here?
Yeah, everything here. Like I said, like, we're antique with the spiral mixers.
Is this because you're so busy that you didn't have the space, or?
No, it was originally going to go in there, and that was a bad idea, and then we had to move them out here.
That's crazy.
Like, we still have, the electrician was here yesterday.
What mixers are those?
Spiral.
You like those?
I hate them. They're terrible. I don't recommend them to anybody, unless you're starting out. They're cheap, but we buy new sets of them every couple months.
Really?
Yeah.
What would you do, a whole bar instead?
We really need the spiral mixer to really get the air inside of the dough, but and it definitely helps with our bread. The problem is that the next jump up of like spiral mixers, you need 3-phase electric, and there's all we were talking about all the pizza masters and shit. So that's really the disadvantage, and it's also like $25,000 for like a big bulky mixer that does the work of what you could just plug 3 of these in.
Yeah.
And it's the same amount of work.
How much are one of those?
$1,200.
Yeah.
It's not worth it. So I'm like, I'll just go through it every couple. It's like refrigerators. It's like you buy a really nice refrigerator, or you can just buy an Atosa.
They all end up leaking water anyway.
Yeah, and then you can flip it every 6 months. Just buy a new one, $1,000.
Agreed.
We'll stretch the dough over here. I mean, it's the longest pizza line.
Oh shit! You stretch dough here?
We'll stretch here. Yeah. So we'll stretch here, sauce and cheese only here.
Yeah.
Turn the paddle over here.
Oh, it's not that far as I thought.
No, it's not terrible. What's up, buddy? So, and then Ray will dress him here. Then it's a 5-guy operation.
Okay.
And then one guy managing the ovens, and then another guy over here on the island cutting them and finishing them.
So it is a pretty long.
It's a very long. We've added to it. So I mean, like, when we first started, we were doing it here, but you can only get these scars so many times. Putting your that's the budget special. Yeah, you gotta love them.
What tempo are you running at?
Max. Yeah, the max. Yeah, it's always on max, 650. And it probably hovers at like 580. That's probably where it hovers around.
Yeah. And what size pizza do you do?
16. We do a Sicilian, a standard square, and then we have some bar pies for the lunch crowds.
Okay.
So we'll do little 10-inch like thin bar pies, kind of like that. So yeah, I mean, we're hand cutting our fries every day. But yeah, I mean, we do everything on this 5-foot, and it's basically the same amount. So cheesesteaks are easier. You can work in a much smaller area. You don't get flour going everywhere. But they basically cook the meat, cheese off, they top it over there, and then it goes right out.
It goes right around the corner?
Pretty simple. So we always try to work door to door. That's the beauty of Takeout, is you just go door to door. And I mean, they come in there, they order, and they're out the door, and we move like an assembly line the whole entire time, which is beautiful. I wanted people to see the stretching when they first walked in here. That was the idea. It's just like any other pizzeria. You come in, you see the guy stretching the dough, he's talking to you. Usually the guy's taking your order too, but we had to just keep pushing things down and moving kind of as we went. So, I say like we're never married to anything, or just kind of just trying to see what can work right now, and then and doing that. This is nice. Like we got like cars driving by, but nobody walks.
You're more lunch dining where it's got to be a sandwich and a pizza versus 2 slices.
100%. We could do some slices and be all right, but there's just we're not near a college. You know what I mean? Like there's not a giant business district. Like this is all small mom and pops. Like that's all this is on MLK. Our success during lunch is largely tied to like the cheesesteak side. That's really what it is. We're 80-20 cheesesteak to pizza until 5 o'clock, and then it's flips.
Got it. What's the profit margin or percentage on a cheesesteak versus a pizza?
On cheesesteak, I mean, pizza prints money. I mean, a pizza is like 70% profit, and that's on like the worst pizza you can make, with like all the high-end toppings. Cheesesteak, right now we're in a good spot because it's about a 38% food cost, which is much, much better, and that's our highest one. What killed us early on was that, after Portnoy came, most of our sales were cheesesteaks, and we had to cut off a lot of other crap. So like, we make our own fried mozzarella, like all that stuff. Like you buy a case of mozzarella for like $80 or something like that. It's like, it literally costs you $120 to make like 100 orders or something like that. It's literally a 90% profit item for us. Wow. It's close to a 90% profit item. We'll sell like 30 of those a day. I mean, that's what pays for a lot of this here. Like we make our own fries, like having those items, like that was the downside of when we were like just pizza, just cheesesteaks. We always did from the very get-go was pizza, cheesesteaks, and fried mozz. Like that's what we did. Fried mozz really kept me alive for the first few years.
Do you go over the numbers monthly?
Weekly. Yeah. And you have to. Like if you're not doing it weekly, like you're screwed. We used to do it when we didn't, when it was just me. And I'm like, I know what I bought that for. I know what I did that for. The margins were horrible. It was terrible. Like I was literally, there were days where I was paying employees and being like, oh, they made like double what I made today. Like I was paying somebody $1.50 like a day to work like 10 hours for me. And then they would I'd be like, oh, I didn't even make $100 today. Like that was like early on. It's really a hard thing to love when you're barely paying your bills. Like it's a really hard thing to love. And you can start questioning everything you're doing very quickly. So, once you start making money, it becomes way more enjoyable. Staff gets better, you can pay them more. Yeah. Like they're just easier people to work with. You're not like a slave to them. Like I need this guy. Like I need them to do what they're supposed to do, and I need them to be like good people while they're here. And if somebody's a dickhead, then we can just really go.
Right.
Like, it doesn't matter.
How many rolls do you go through a day? How many do you go through a day?
We do basically the same. It's 50-50. Yeah, I mean, like on the weekends, over 5.
Really?
Yeah.
And this is
like 3 to 500 a day, basically.
So this is a whole sub would be
exactly.
half of this.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
gotcha. And is this the same dough recipe as the pizza?
No, different. No, I see a lot of guys that make their own bread are pretty much doing the same thing. You want a hardier roll. Let me feel it.
Yeah.
Like you want the sponge texture.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We literally made this for cheesesteaks.
Okay.
It wasn't made for other sandwiches. All the normal spots. You wear the cheesesteak all over yourself. You literally have whiz down your elbow. So we made a more hardier roll that can kind of take the beating that much meat in cheesesteaks.
So this guy's cooking steaks all day long, man.
Yeah, that'll be full basically like that all day long. We'll throw them off over here. We'll top with the cheese and stuff like that. But for this early rush before all the guys get here at like noon, he'll just cook on that for now. It's not too crazy. Once it pops off real big, we'll turn this guy on and we'll start going.
All right, let's go. We're gonna go try this out in the trunk of the car. Got the nice cheese pizza here, 2 pieces of basil, the bottom, a little well done. But let's try it out here. Nice bottom in there. Nice, good bake. Pretty light pizza. I like the sauce. Just use the tomatoes, grind them up, put them on there, maybe a little salt, a little olive oil. That's the pizza. So cheesesteaks in Philly, obviously, you know, there's Angelo's, there's a whole bunch of Philly cheesesteak places. Look at this. Wow. Oh my God, did we get any napkins? Look at that right there. And that's a cheesesteak for you.
Appreciate you watching. YouTube thinks you're gonna love these videos that they just showed on your screen right there. So click those. We have some great other episodes of Pizzeria Insider. Don't also forget to hit subscribe, hit like, and leave a comment below where you're watching this from. Appreciate you tuning into the show. Thank you so much, and we'll see you next time.